Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of this new series type thing. Like I said before, the main goal of this is for me to have a specific shot or a specific idea in mind, shoot a video like this before I go out, kind of talking about what I want to do, actually go out and do it, and then shoot a second part and kind of say, hey, here's what I learned, here's what worked, here's what didn't work. So tonight we are going to try the first version of that. Tonight's actually going to be based around this little guy, surprisingly enough. This here is the GoPro Hero 8. Now I have some fun plans with this and some fun ideas. As many of you probably know, the GoPro has a really cool feature called a hyperlapse. Now what that means is you can basically wear it on your chest, which I have a chest strap, your helmet, whatever, or walk with it, and it will stitch all that footage together to look like you're zooming through, which is super cool. But it also has a night time-lapse mode. The night lapse mode unlocks a couple features that I think I might be able to manipulate to get some cool footage. Now specifically what I'm looking to do is increase the shutter speed, still have it mounted on my chest, but essentially get light trails as I am scooting through New York City. I plan on going into Manhattan for this and scootering down Park Avenue most likely. Whether that will work or not remains to be seen. I haven't looked online at all to see if this is a thing that people have already done, so I'm just kind of winging it. Now what I'm gonna do is show you the settings on my GoPro that I'm gonna use to try and get this footage and try and make it look cool. So I'm gonna show you guys that here now. So what I want to show you guys, so as you know, in the GoPro you've got your photo options, you've got your video options, and you also have time-lapse. Now your standard time-lapse, you have the mounted time-lapse. So the mounted here, you have your options for your 4K, you got 5 seconds as your interval, and you're using the wide lens. What's limiting within the mounted option, the time warp option, and the time-lapse option, all of these you are unable to modulate the shutter speed. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to trick this thing. So we're going to go down to the night lapse option. This is where you can actually open that up. So if we hit the little pencil button, we have our resolution at 4K with our wide lens. The interval, the smallest interval I found, unless you do auto, is 4 seconds. You can go all the way up to every 60 minutes it takes a frame, but we're gonna do the minimum, which is 4 seconds. So that means it's gonna take a frame every 4 seconds. Now that might not sound like it's gonna work. I think it might, because we're gonna offset that. Shutter speed, we're again, auto, but no, we're gonna go to our minimum, which is 2 seconds. So that means our shutter is gonna be open for 2 seconds. Now with our shutter open for 2 seconds, I'm hoping that every 4 seconds that it takes a frame, and that frame being open for 2 seconds, I'm hoping that we're gonna get light trails coming past the camera. Now, if this works, great. I will say I did a minor test of this and it seemed like it was kind of going to work, but it was a bit messy. And also I think I had my ISO set a little bit too high, which is our next step here. So we're gonna scroll down a little bit further and we're gonna switch so we have our ISO minimum, which is 100, which is great. That's our minimum there. But we're gonna switch over, and I had the max set to 200. I'm gonna drop that down to 100 and see if we keep our ISO at 100, if we're going to get better footage this way. If it doesn't work, I will try it at ISO 200, and when I go back for the second part of this video, we'll talk about what worked and what didn't work. Everything else I'm gonna leave pretty much on auto here. So we're gonna have our 4K resolution, we're gonna have our 4-second interval, and our shutter speed is gonna be every 2 seconds. Now that we know what we're doing, I'm gonna bring this guy out tonight. We're gonna try it out, we're gonna see how it goes, and I'll show you guys the results afterwards. All right, let's go. Let's give it a shot. Hey guys, I just got back. It's about 11:30 p.m. I think it was a successful night. I took this guy out, I had it strapped to my chest, and I recorded 2 separate videos. The first one I recorded going about 10 miles an hour, and I recorded it from Grand Central all the way down to the southern tip of Manhattan, taking Park Avenue all the way down there. And then from there, I actually came back across the Brooklyn Bridge all the way into Bushwick, which is where I live, and I recorded all the way in there. So those 2 time lapses, the first one going about 10 miles an hour, the second one going about full speed, turned out pretty cool. I do think that I could actually even increase the shutter speed longer than 2 seconds, maybe go with a 4 or a 6-second interval, but that's a topic for another video. So I will show you the about 20 seconds worth of footage that it ended up being, and let me know what you guys think. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I think it turned out good. That concludes the first video of this nature. If you guys liked it, let me know. If you guys have feedback or criticism, if you have things or ideas that you guys would want me to explore, different video ideas, you guys let me know. I have a couple more in my head that I'm gonna be going with. Honestly, I'm fully open to ideas, so thanks for coming along on the first one here. And stay creative, and yeah, if you have a GoPro, try a time lapse with a long shutter speed. All right, bye.